Welcome to Third and Long Podcast. I'm here today with Akash Gupta Verma. We got Madden being our director and audio guy, and me, Zane Fry, hosting.
The duo is back.
Me and Akash again.
Let's go.
We're a little short on guys today. We had a lot of sickness going around. We had to move to a Thursday. We're all over the place, but we're ready to film.
I've been battling a little sickness for the past week, but I'm here. I'm rallying. All right, I wouldn't miss this.
I swear they were trying to get me.
Yeah,
I don't know who they were, but they were trying to get me.
Bro, the ops are everywhere.
The ops were after me.
Yeah.
But now I'm back because they can't stop me.
Speaking of ops and voodoo, we had a couple voodoo upsets from this week.
Ooh.
You know,
what's your upset of the week,
you like
Akash?
that? You like that transition?
I do like that. I thought you were going to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I mean, why don't we start there?
We can start
'Cause
Thursday night game.
Prime A-Rod was back. I have him on my fantasy team. I'm loving that.
Good,
I'm loving
man.
what I saw.
They've always been good, but this is the first time it felt like they really showed what they had.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but one, A-Rod was running, not just throwing, which I thought was massive. And then two, if you look at Mike Williams' game log, slowly creeping up. He's slowly creeping up. And that would be a legit wide receiver too. I mean, Allen Lazard caught a touchdown in the game, had a nice little 14 fantasy points. You know, so anybody who started him, nice little sleeper right there. I think Mike Williams, I hope we see more from him this week. Because now he's playing a lot more snaps.
I agree. Lazard reminds me too much of Shaheed. Yeah. He's just like a touchdown-dependent, big yard guy.
Dude, speaking of Shaheed, bro.
He fell off.
What the hell?
Yeah, that was not good.
I mean, I went against – or no. Tripp started him in fantasy. Just a fat zero. Just a straight goose egg.
God, I dropped one of the worst fantasy weeks I ever had and still walked away with a W.
Oh, I know. Well, it's because he was going against Rasheal. Rasheal, you guys haven't met him yet. He was supposed to be on the pod. But, you know, he got sick. Yeah. And he's a little wuss. So, you know, he doesn't rally like me.
Okay, gosh. What was your upset of the week?
You know what? I'm giving it, and I don't know if you consider it an upset now because it's Sam Darnold's season. You guys know where I'm going. Vikings-Texans. All right?
Yeah.
I think the Vikings looked amazing.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well for the rest of the year, and I'll be taking my victory lap. I drafted Sam Darnold in our fantasy league because I figured you give him a good O-line, a veteran running back, and a good receiving core, and like that's like the Brock Purdy. That's the Brock Purdy effect right there. I don't think Sam Darnold's that good. He has pretty good arm talent, but you give a guy that much time to throw. Good receivers.
Kirk was in MVP conversation whole first half of the year before his injury.
What is the difference between Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins?
Sam Darnold's a lot younger.
Yeah,
he's the same age as
27,
Burrow. He's
bro.
younger than Joe Burrow.
I figured he was. I just thought he was done.
He's just been here forever.
I've been a Darnold hater for a long time since his days at USC. Just because I'm an Ohio State fan, like purely. That's it. I mean, we beat him at USC, but
even if this was another failure season for Darnold, he still has like 10 years left in the league, being like a Teddy Bridgewater guy,
being just a nice little backup.
Just like
speaking
going
of
to every
backups.
team.
Tyrod Taylor might be starting for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I think that's what you have to do at this point.
They started like Tim Boyle this week after Skylar Thompson, right? That's
bad.
They
look
look
really bad.
Okay. I don't want to say they look horrible without Tua, which is true. They do.
Yeah.
But we got to remember they also looked horrible with Tua last week.
Yeah, but
they didn't
Tua
do anything
has
more.
Those games every now and then.
Yeah, but
he's so boomer bust.
He was 2 weeks into the season, it's hard to be like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the week before that, they came back down big against Jacksonville. We could just write them off, dude.
They tried their hardest to lose those games, man.
I know. I mean, it's literally a continuation from last year. Maybe, I mean, I keep seeing terrible towel has something to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, they're 3-9 since they disrespected the towel. And then the guy went on Twitter and was like, I don't know why all these grown men are crying about a towel. Yeah. Now he's crying because his team sucks.
They had like a 95% chance to make the playoffs.
They were selling playoff tickets.
Yeah. God, if you buy one of those, like, what are you thinking?
You get refunded, bro.
Yeah, better get refunded. In fact, pay me, bro. How are you, like, the Jacksonville Jaguars the past 10 years? Completely horrible, right?
Yeah.
They get Trevor Lawrence. He's supposed to be, like, the reincarnation of Jesus. You know, he has the hair.
He does have the hair.
He plays QB, right? He sucks. He sucks. He was I can't say that word. He sucked at Clemson. You know, I'm an Ohio State fan. Completely robbed us of a national championship, probably.
That sounds like he didn't suck if he took the national championship.
No, it was literally the refs. The stupidest targeting call I've ever seen in that game. Completely changed the momentum. Either way, this is an NFL podcast, not a college podcast. But I just think like I've been hating on him for a long time, not because of his skill, but because of who he is. And I think it's finally catching up to him.
I saw one of those like really biased TikToks where they show like 2 player stats, but they don't show the player.
Oh, yeah.
And like you always choose like the
Calvin
second guy.
Austin.
It was Trevor Lawrence with the worst stats compared to Desmond Ridder last year.
Yeah.
And it's like over the same span, Desmond Ridder put up slightly better numbers, which is crazy because like we are all know that guy has been determined as trash. He is not good. He doesn't have a job. I don't even know what team he's on. I think he got cut.
Oh, yeah, he's not.
He's not even on a team.
He's a winner. He's a winner. Give me a break. Come on. He didn't do anything to contribute to those wins.
Okay, but we got over this. We talked about the Vikings being good, but I don't know what happened to the Texans, man.
Dude.
7 points is not enough.
Did you see the clip? They had 3 offsides penalties in a row.
Yeah, all Larry Tunsil, right?
Like, yeah, bro, what are we doing?
That's a veteran guy.
Yeah, like how do you expect CJ Stroud to succeed if it's 2nd and 25 every single play?
There's not much for him to do.
Yeah, I think Stroud's a great QB. I mean, I'm biased.
The Ohio State.
Yeah, the Ohio State. He's the Ohio State QB at this point. I mean, Fields looks amazing. We'll get to that. It warms my heart. But yeah, I don't think that was on Stroud. I was going against Cam Akers this week. There was a point where I had like a 60% chance to lose, and Cam Akers caught that touchdown and went up to 65%. You should have seen me. I was livid. Cam Akers, are we joking? Like, and I think that goes back to the fact that Texans team is not completely healthy. Tank Dell's gonna be out this week.
He hasn't done anything though. He's been almost a non-factor.
14 points last week. He's starting to pick it up a little bit, but I mean, Nico Collins looks amazing.
Diggs and Collins are putting
best receiver in the league right now, I'd say.
He has the most yards. I don't want to give him the best, but he's up there.
I had a nice little 3-leg parlay with over on Gibbs rushing yards, over on Collins receiving yards. I don't remember what the third one was, but I'm happy.
Matter. Money's
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. But
let's move on to the next game. My upset, I think I'm gonna go Giants Browns. My best friend Francis Dudum. We probably won't have him on, but just great shout out for the boy.
Brain rot.
I love
Brain
Francis.
rot of the person. I love him too.
He's a Giants fan, and it's been a tough run for him since Danny Dimes played good and got paid. Because it's been bad ever since. It's been a hard time to be a Giants fan.
Yeah.
But the one shining hope that this team has, dude, Malik Neighbors is like that.
Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you be my neighbor?
He is like that.
Yeah. I'm not going to say he's better than Marvin Harrison because I don't think he is. But he looks amazing.
Yeah.
Did you see that catch he made?
I did.
Just straight went up and over.
Yeah. Like, he's like that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I don't think Danny Dimes is playing that bad. I don't.
It's crazy that Danny Dimes wasn't the worst quarterback in this game.
Oh, I know. Okay, well, Deshaun Watson just looks like
the first play of the game was a muffed return that ended in a touchdown. They scored a touchdown 11 seconds in and lost 14-21.
I know. And you know what? I was going against Deshaun Watson in fantasy. He still put up 16 points.
Yeah.
That's that rushing ability.
Yeah.
But the problem is he looks horrible when he throws the ball.
I saw this. This might be a crazy take. He might be a worse football player than Person.
No. I don't think so.
It's getting there.
I don't think so.
It's getting there.
Bro had 60 counts or something. He's got more civil lawsuits.
It's getting there.
No, dude.
Their offense is anemic.
It is, but it's missing Chubb. It doesn't have a great O-line, and Watson is past his prime.
That same team last year with Joe Flacco were in the playoffs and won a playoff game.
Did they bench Watson, or was he just out?
He was hurt.
What do you do in that situation? Do you stick with Flacco or do you go with Watson?
They didn't re-sign him in the offseason. Flacco's on the Colts or something.
Well, yeah, I know, but he's on a backup contract.
Yeah.
He's
cheap.
It's sunk cost fallacy, right? You can't move on from Watson. You paid him all that money.
Yeah. Flacco's mentoring Anthony Richardson. Yeah.
Bro's throwing interceptions just like Flacco.
He threw that one deep one. I saw Flacco. I was like, that might be the farthest throw I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean, he's got crazy talent, but he just can't keep the ball in his players' hands. Not only that, he's inefficient.
Let's move on to that game. My eyes hurt trying to watch those two young quarterbacks throw against each other.
Caleb looked beautiful.
He didn't play good.
Caleb looked
he
beautiful.
looked bad. He was still bad.
366 passing yards.
I don't care about the
366.
stats.
366.
He had 50 attempts.
I don't care.
And he scored like 12 points.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter.
None of those matter if you're losing.
That is growth from a young QB. That's all I want to see. He's consistently getting better every single week. He went from 93
I don't think his week 2 is better than his week 1.
He had 93 passing yards week 1. That's
but
basically
he wasn't throwing horrible picks.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter because he was extending downfield more. Did you see that throw?
I saw the one throw.
He rolled out.
Yep.
Oh. Cut that.
We can just bleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then just like I don't even know how to do it because he looks amazing. I don't care. Rome Odunze century mark finally got over.
Great. Yeah.
I know. I mean, what are we doing, DeAndre Swift?
Oh my God, he
looks
might actually be
so
the worst
bad.
running back in the league.
Did you see? I saw this clip. It was like he might actually have the worst vision in the league. He had like wide open lane outside, right, with DJ Moore blocking, and instead of going outside, he ran into DJ Moore.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Every time a running back plays bad for a couple weeks, they seem to pull out the clip of, I've never seen a guy be this bad at running. They did the same thing to Najee, but Najee's not that level of guy.
Yeah.
They showed him miss one hole and look slow a little bit, even on a play where he outran the entire team.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this guy's slow and he can't make reads.
Oh, I know that clip you're talking about.
Yeah.
He looks so bad there, though.
He outran every player. He was moving faster than all of them.
I don't care. He was
It's the
running
same
at
as,
like
like
16 miles per hour.
It's the same as the Eckler one where it's like his foot was like broken and he had it taped up really bad, so he actually just wasn't moving very fast.
I'm an Eckler hater. I don't care.
He balled this weekend. He looked so good.
He sold my fantasy team last year.
Monday night, he looked great.
Yeah, he Jaden Daniels looked amazing. That is low-key an upset.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, I have Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin's stock is up right now.
I've been hearing people blaming the Bengals offense, which it didn't look great in the first 2 weeks, to be fair. But their defense is the issue, man.
They put up 30 points or something, 28 points.
You can't let the Commanders score 38
Come
on
on,
you.
Cam Taylor-Britt. What are we doing? Caught nice low college offense. He got burned.
You look like a high
3 or 4
schooler.
times in that game. Yeah, I know. Put some respect on Terry McLaurin. Ohio State wide receiver you.
Yeah.
Okay? But also, that team 0-3 in that division, are we talking about them getting eliminated from the playoffs already?
Yeah. I mean, last year they went 9-8 and were last place in the division.
I know. It's because the Steelers are going to be 10-7. All right? I'm just book it right now. Book it. I mean,
if that's the line, I'm taking the over.
What?
I'm taking the over.
With the Messiah, Justin Fields at the helm, maybe they reach 12 wins. I don't want to call it. I don't want to jinx him. I'm gonna knock on wood, but Kenny franchise wasn't getting it done. Justin franchise.
I won't have this argument because I'm the last man on the planet with hope still in Kenny's heart. But yes, we're turning things around. This defense has allowed an average of 8.6 points a game.
I used my waiver number 3 on them because they averaged like 17 fantasy points a game in our league.
I could win as a Steelers quarterback if they were allowing teams to 8.5 points.
I feel like just one drive where you just run the ball and like eventually you're gonna
get
a
offense.
field goal.
The offense looked great in this game.
Okay, can we just be honest for a second and admit that the Justin Fields offense looks a lot better than the Kenny Pickett offense?
I think it does, but you got to remember Kenny Pickett had Matt Canada. The one game he didn't have Matt Canada, he had a really good game, and then he got hurt, and then they'll blame it on him, and then things were Mason Rudolph because Matt Canada might be a terrorist.
I don't
He's
know.
a threat to the nation.
I don't know. He's a threat to Pittsburgh, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't jump him at some point.
Yeah. I mean, wait, but Matt Canada was on the sidelines, right? And they scored the first drive of that game. And then
first time all season.
They went on to score like 14 points or something.
Yeah, sideline Canada.
Yeah.
Thing to remember.
Yeah. Well, crazy lore. Anyway, let's move on to this week. You got a game you're excited for? Wait, actually, pause. We didn't talk about 49ers, dude.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I don't think I'm making it right now. I'm saying this. I'm making Purdy my year-long project. I'm going to watch every Purdy game, and I'm going to, dissect his play. I don't think he looked that bad this week. I don't think he's the reason they lost. Their defense they just looked like they didn't want to be there, honestly.
Yeah, it's true.
But what I have noticed is Purdy makes a lot of plays where he runs around and things look great. And then the next drive, he'll stand still like a tree, and he won't move at all, and things won't work.
He hits,
and then you're
hits like the little bounce, like
an idle animation.
Yeah, like an idle animation. Yeah.
Yeah, but when he is playing like good football, like when he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, he looks good and the offense works. But then sometimes he just like forgets how to play, and that's when things start falling apart. And like, I need him to notice that. Okay.
Yeah.
As Purdy's biggest hater.
Christian Athletes Club. Let's get him on.
I can find him. Yeah. Maybe. I've been trying to. Yeah. I've been trying to hunt him down.
Dude, I think like the 49ers have perfected being a great team that just chokes. Like, I mean, both Super Bowls, honestly.
It seems like the 49ers are like the owners of the excuse of, our team's hurt.
It's like, well, that, but also it's like they go like 90% of the way, and then that last 10%, they just can't finish. Yeah. No wonder Grant's a
Niners fan.
You guys don't understand. That's an inside joke. But
well, Grant can't finish a shot in basketball. Yeah, every time he does a cool move, he misses the layup.
Yeah.
But when the Niners play, they at the last like 3 out of the last 5 years, the only years they haven't gone to the Super Bowl, every year they complain, our team's really hurt. Oh, we lost these games because our players are hurt. You know who's just as hurt as the Niners? The Rams.
Yeah, it's true. No Puka and no Cobb. How do you lose?
How can you complain, our team's hurt, when you're playing the other most hurt team? When you were a better roster, you have to win these.
Not even the most hurt team.
Dude,
there's no comparison between
I've been
the
seeing the
Niners
math on
and
how the percentage each team has to make the playoffs. I'll throw out real quick. The Steelers are the highest percent in the entire league to make the playoffs. But the lowest,
toot your own horn there, bud.
The lowest is the Niners.
Yeah, but okay, come on. The Niners.
The Panthers have the same record as them.
It doesn't matter. The Panthers play the Raiders.
The Niners will make the playoffs probably, but I'm saying these games will hurt them bad when things start happening. When their team picks it up and plays correctly. This week they're playing the Patriots, and Purdy's questionable.
Yeah,
he has back injury right now, and their team's hurt. Dude, if they lose this game, it might be time to hang up the season, man.
Oh, that's crazy. 5 games in or 4 games in,
and 3 losses.
Who cares? If you win out, it won't matter. Yeah, but they're not a real undefeated
The Cardinals
team.
are looking good. They lost to the Rams.
The Cardinals are fraudulent. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Their defense played really well against the Rams because they had momentum. Other than that, it's not a particularly strong squad.
Kyler's the most underrated quarterback in the league.
Oh, I agree. He looks amazing.
I love Kyler Murray.
He looks great.
The way he plays, it's just so fun.
As a short king myself.
Both of us.
5'10".
6'12".
Yeah. 8'4".
Yep.
Nah, but yeah, I just mess with him. I mess with him. He's fast. He's quick. He throws amazing balls to my boy Marvin Harrison.
Yep.
What else do you want?
There can't be much else you want.
I love that fix from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah.
Right? Look what happens when you just give Marv a chance, when you script for him.
Yeah.
They blew the Rams out.
They did.
Completely. Now, I would have loved to see more from him in week 3. Yeah. 17 fantasy points. He caught a touchdown. That's pretty nice. But, I think the encore to their 45-point performance was not great. And that might have more to do with the Lions defense than, anything that the Cardinals did on offense. But I think if they had won that game and they had won that game convincingly, they would have been like sleepers for the playoffs.
Okay. Moving on to the next game. Was Bryce Young the problem? Is it too early to say it?
I have Deontay Johnson, and I'm all in on the Red Rifle. I'm all in. He's this year's Joe Flacco.
He scored more points this week than they had the entire season so far.
I know. And he looked amazing doing it.
He looked great.
Yeah, he looked amazing. Hey, but also, let's hold ourselves in because they were playing the Raiders.
But the Raiders beat the Ravens last week.
I know, but that was more fraudulent. Like,
the Ravens hate holding a lead. They tried their hardest this week to lose. Don't forget, they almost had a 28-3, like that big of a loss this week.
I know. 28-25. What are we doing?
Okay. I have a little segment for you right here. We're going to do pretenders or contenders. I'm going to give you the teams that are undefeated, and I want you to tell me they're pretenders or contenders.
Got you.
Steelers.
Pretenders.
Okay. Best defense in the league doesn't mean anything.
Pretenders.
Okay. Seahawks.
Pretenders.
Really?
Yeah. You want to talk about that?
Talk through that for me.
Their defense is legit. I agree with that. But Geno Smith is on the wrong side of 30. I think he's 31, 32, something like that. And they have a great receiving core. They have a horrible O-line. Their O-line might be one of the worst in the league. Might be the worst in the league. If you guys watched that game week 1, which I did, it looked anemic. And they transitioned to throwing the ball more, which allowed the run game to excel also. But I just think good offensive coordinators are going to realize what they're doing. Right? They've played 3 teams now. They played the Patriots, the Broncos, and I forget the third one. Patriots and Broncos both have pretty good defenses, and they struggled in both games. I don't think they're real.
I think week 1, it's hard to take away from a team because there's a lot of rust coming into the first game of the season. Things haven't worked. You haven't figured out the chemistry and stuff. But I don't know. They're looking decent. I wouldn't put them in the pretender tier, but I guess they're not fully contenders either.
Yeah.
Okay, next team. We already talked about it a little bit. Vikings.
Contenders. Sam Darnold, baby. But no, I can't actually say that. I heard myself say that. I can't. They're pretenders. Their defense isn't legit. I'm sorry. It's just it kills me. It does, because I have so much. I have Aaron Jones and Darnold on my fantasy team.
I love Aaron Jones.
I know, me too. He's just a good guy. He looks cool. He's got a nice beard.
Yeah.
He's averages 6 yards a carry. What
he
more
got
do you
done
want?
dirty.
I
He's
know.
ready to ball.
I know. And I think he's better than Josh Jacobs.
It's hard to tell. I don't think the Packers really lost or won in that situation. I think they just kind of ended break even.
Yeah. I don't know. Jacobs can't catch the ball like Aaron Jones can.
Okay. Here's the final 2 undefeated teams. Chiefs.
Pretender. Nah.
I'm not joking. Yeah.
Really?
They don't look as there's plays where they're like, yeah, that's the Chiefs. But there's a lot of times you're like, dude, that's not the Chiefs I'm used to.
Yeah, I know.
They are 3 plays away from being 0-3.
I know, and a lot of that has to do with the refs. But they played 3 hard teams. They played 3 good teams. Come on.
Okay.
The
Why is
Bengals
when
are
the
not
Steelers
a
beat the
real
Falcons
0-3.
count?
Because that was week 1.
And we made them look horrible. They've looked great the other 2 weeks.
Yeah, because they had some time to figure their kinks out, get Drake London the ball.
Or our defense is just the best in the league, and we made Kirk Cousins throw 3 horrible balls.
I love your defense. I think it's great. I think Kirk Cousins severely underplayed in that game.
Yeah, because there was a stifling defense taking him down.
I think it was his first week back from an Achilles. I think you got to cut him some slack. Look at A-Rod week 1.
Yeah, but the Niners defense is pretty good.
Yeah, so, I mean, same thing. But I think the Falcons are a legitimately good team. I think the Bengals are a legitimately good team. I think they are. Come on.
They're 0-3.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm going to tell you why. Because the first 4 games there are 17 games in the NFL season. First 4, basically 1/4 of the season, right? It's just, you're just figuring out what works, right? Then those hot streaks, those cold streaks will really determine what gets you in the playoffs. The Jaguars, right? They went on a cold streak. That allowed somebody else to sneak in. The Bills went on a hot streak, right? See, the Bills looked horrible midway through the season. They looked lost. Stephon Diggs was throwing a tantrum, right? Josh Allen was throwing interceptions left and right. I mean, then they got hot and they figured it out. They they made the playoffs and they won a playoff game, right? Look at the Steelers. Yeah, same thing. I mean, I thought the Steelers run was a little more fraudulent, and I'm a Steelers hater, I guess. I am on this podcast, and but they snuck in the playoffs with a hot run, right?
Yep.
And what did they start out? They were 1-2.
I think they were 1-2.
Yeah, look at that. Right?
I think they moved to 6-4 at one point.
Right. Yeah. All the Bengals have to do is get hot.
4 of our losses were Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah,
that guy is horrible.
Put
that down.
Don't talk about the MVP like that. N, not M.
He's a bottom 40 quarterback in the NFL.
You know, as a Bears fan, I don't love him. I have some animosity towards him, but he took us to a playoff run. I mean, what more do you want? He took us to 2.
Okay, and the final undefeated team, who I think is the best team in the NFL right now, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, they're real. I'm not gonna argue with that. I think they look amazing. Yeah. I mean, let's face it, right? Who's better, a Pro Bowl receiver or 4 people who are actually friends with Josh Allen?
Yeah, real.
I think that just shows you how much culture plays in.
Yeah.
I mean, and their defense looks good. They put up 20 points for me in fantasy. Thank you very much. You know, I'll take that. I got my first win in fantasy. So, Feeling good. Real quick, you want to talk about some prop bets? I'm gonna give you 3 prop bets, and you tell me what you're taking. Nico Collins 79.5 receiving yards.
Under.
Seriously,
Yeah.
no Tank Dell.
No Tank Dell.
He's hit it in all 3 weeks.
That's why I feel like he's not gonna.
And I don't know who they're playing, but it's not a particularly amazing secondary.
Okay, throw me the next one.
Aaron Jones 53.5 rushing yards. Sorry.
I think he'll hit that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Even though they're playing the Packers?
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taylor ran over him pretty good.
That's true. And then finally, and this is a boosted bet, okay? Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Passing touchdowns. I'm gonna say yards. I was gonna say under. Passing touchdowns. Yeah, Malik Neighbors will catch 2.
I took the over on it. So those are 3 bets I was thinking about. I took the over on Nico Collins and the over on Danny Dimes. So you guys, I personally think the Nico Collins bet is free. I think he's gonna hit that comfortably because they're not playing a great secondary and Nico Collins is a wide receiver.
He'll drop a beautiful 72 and be a yard short.
That would kill me. It would kill me. All right.
Okay. Can you give me your game of the week going into next week?
Seahawks Lions. I mean, I'm pretty excited for it.
Okay.
And I have a lot of fantasy.
Both those teams are kind of in the pretender tier right now.
What? The Lions?
They got crushed. Or I guess it was the Buccaneers. But they talk about them like they're top 5, but they aren't top 5 at the moment. They haven't done anything to prove
They
that.
haven't hit their stride. Laporta hasn't hit his stride yet. At least that's what I'm praying. I haven't been fantasy. So, yeah. What about you?
My game of the week, Bills Ravens.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. D. Henry, big performance incoming.
I think he's old, but he looked great the last 2 weeks, so it's hard to say anything at the moment.
He looked like prime Derrick Henry. Right
Yeah.
there. And I have him. So
you do have him.
What? Screw the haters. All right. Either way, I'm pretty excited for this week of football. I can't lie.
I think it's gonna be a good week.
I hope to place at least 5 parlays throughout the week.
We'll talk about the pretenders and contenders next week and see if the opinions change, where people are at now.
Give me a quick. Who do you think of those teams? Who do you think is going to stay?
Oh, I was going to ask you again. Give me a real answer on the Steelers. Are we actually pretenders?
Yes.
Real. Actually?
Yes. Your offense, Justin Fields is not good. I love him so much.
Did you watch the game?
It warms my heart.
Did you watch the game?
I've been a Bears fan for the past 3 years with Justin Fields. I mean, I've been a Bears fan my whole life, but these past 3 years, he looks like that every game, or not every game, but like every other game.
Did
he
you
looks
watch
like
the game?
That. He I promise you.
It wasn't him that played really well. Our run offense was amazing, and we kept him to negative 5 yards.
I promise you, he has looked like that these past couple years. It's not real. It's not real.
Our defense held him to negative 5 yards in the second half.
This is my bold prediction, and I think we should end the podcast.
We're playing
with
the Colts this week.
My bold prediction is by week 8, Russell Wilson will be starting.
Tom would actually say it might be this week, so we'll see.
Then,
I think it's crazy to pull an undefeated guy.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can pull him out after.
I think he has the highest passer rating in the NFL at 95.5.
I think Darnold has the highest.
Was it above 95.5?
I think he has over 100 passer rating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been cooking.
Yeah, he has been cooking.
Either way, I mean, I'm looking forward to next week. We'll talk about it on here. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for watching Third and Long.
Yeah.
We had a great episode of that. I had a lot of fun. We don't know who will be here next week, but we're super excited to bring it to you.
Surprise.
We're really happy to do this again.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.